Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2007 There's a Beetle in My Room. Is that a lightning bug? Pause. You know what? We'll let the beetle fly around. If it hits us in the face, it hits us in the face. 2007 comedy film Hot Rod. Stars Andy Samberg, Jordan Chacon, Bill Hader, Danny McBride, Isla Fisher, Sissy Spacek, Ian McShane, Will Arnett, Chris Parnell, Chester Tam. Now, I love Isla, and I love Andy, I love Danny, I love Will, I love Bill. So this is a perfect movie. I was in high school when this movie came out, and this was poignant in pop culture because it was, you just look at a picture of Andy Samberg in the clothes and with that mop top hair, and that's just what it was. It was, mop top hair was the thing in the mid to late 2000s, and I was very proud of mine, and everybody else was proud of theirs, and we all just looked awesome because we had a mop top, and it's just what we did. We knew we were awesome. We knew we were cool. So this movie is, you have Andy's character, his stepfather's heart is failing, and he's never gotten his stepfather's love, but he wants to prove to him that he's a man, so he is trying to organize this stunt of jumping 15 buses, because Evel Knievel only jumped 14 buses on a bike, and he wants to raise the 50 grand for his father's new heart. That's the premise. He has this group of friends. They're all in their 20s. There's no specific age that's mentioned. You know, Andy's character has his stepbrother with him as well. Half-brother, excuse me. Isla is the girl next door, who everyone, still likes. So it's just adventures in stuntdom to be the stunt man, because Andy's character is just convinced that, his real father was a stuntman the entire time, but his mom lied to him, and it turns out his dad was just the cashier at a tire shop, and Evel Knievel happened to stop by one day and just took pictures with everyone. That's the one picture he has. So this is a great comedy film. It's a great action film. So much stunt work went into this. I give stunt men and women everywhere so much credit for what they do, because I can't do it. I don't know how to contort my body to make sure I don't feel as much pain as the body should. I don't know how to roll into a fall. I can't do that. I tried to learn many, many years ago, but it just never worked. I can't do a flip. I can't backflip. I can't front flip. Diving boards and trampolines were never my friends. So, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting knowing these things. Now, why I keep smirking is because I haven't watched this movie in a long time. And there was a few memes going around a little while ago on gay Twitter where it was millennials knew they were gay when ... And a lot of people referenced like the bat suit in the 90s, or like I don't know, just different points, or like different pop culture references. But Andy Samberg's ass in gray sweatpants in this film was brought up constantly. And I forgot about this film. I forgot about Andy Samberg's ass and how relevant it is to the growth and development in the gay community, in the gay millennial community. I don't get it, but for some reason, we as gays have this infatuation with certain athletic built type male. That's the body type, in a gray sweatpant. I don't know why. It's when the beginning of September hits, when that Labor Day weekend hits, till about Christmas, is gray sweatpants season. This is the fall, right? Back to school fall season. I don't understand why we're all obsessed with the gray sweatpant or a guy in a gray sweatpant, but it is referenced constantly of two scenes of Andy in a gray sweatpant. And it's just hysterical, because I don't think he realizes how much power he had over an entire generation of guys coming to terms with their sexual orientation because of him literally laying on his bed in gray sweatpants, or fighting his stepfather, actor Ian McShane in this film, in gray sweatpants. It's hysterical, because not many people realize that this movie is poignant in that particular sub-genre of popularity. Does that make sense? Like, this movie is popular in certain communities because of certain things, not because of how hilarious it actually is, which I find funny, because this is a good comedy movie. So there's a little fun fact on that. If you ever happen to stumble on gay Twitter, just hashtag gray sweatpants. I don't know what else to tell you. Just do your research if you need to. Um, yeah, a lot of people forget Isla Fisher's not American, and she plays such a great American in almost every single movie she does, and it's great. And then when you watch her in an interview and her actual accent like is there, you're like, wait a minute, what? My first Isla Fisher movie was the 2002 live action Scooby Doo, which is an incredible movie. We've never talked about it. We should, but that was the first introduction I had of Isla Fisher, and I've been in love with her ever since. Ever since she played that Mary Jane character, obsessed. So for her to be in the '07, Hot Rod, I'm so happy to see her, acting alongside Andy Samberg, eventually playing romantic partners, aside from her being with Will Arnett. And then I think '09 was Confessions of a Shopaholic or something like that. '08, '09. Absolutely hysterical. Her against Hugh Dancy. Perfect film I love Isla. Isla is one of my favorite actresses, and she doesn't get any credit, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Like, watch her films. I'm really happy that Andy is still doing his thing. He's extremely talented. He's multifaceted when it comes to talent, especially his physicality within his comedic timing. But his voice acting is superb, and it's funny watching him be super overdramatic, especially in 2007 up to Palm Springs, which we just talked about for 2020. His voice is so recognizable that him in the 3, soon to be 4 Hotel Transylvania movies fits perfectly. So kudos to Andy, kudos to everyone else involved, and that concludes our review on the 2007 classic film Hot Rod. And that beetle never came and flew in front of us. I don't know where he went. I don't know where they went. We're not going to give him a gender. They could be gender fluid for all we care. I don't know where that beetle went. We got to find it, because that beetle's got to go outside. Yeah, good times. Mucho mahalo.